All right, good morning guys. This is our 1-year review on our Venture Sport Trek 272 VRK. And we're gonna talk about a few things we like and dislike about this camper after having camped in it part-time for a year. And did we mess up by selling our diesel pusher? Cheers to y'all Sunday morning viewers. I'm having my coffee with you. Today is currently Sunday, and today you are watching, if you tuned into our channel, you watched Jarrett wash this travel trailer with that cool foam blaster gun. So if you didn't see that video, we'll link it below. So while y'all watch that one, we're filming this one. So come on in.
Okay, so we've been in this thing for a year. We've camped a ton. Well, not a ton, but a lot. I've pulled this camper roughly, I have to look, but about 6,000 miles. My truck tells me that. So so we have quite a bit of experience with this camper at this point, just even being in it within a year. A few things I really like. So I like the fact that it uses a Huck bolted American steel frame. I like that it uses Dexter's axles. Dexter has been around for forever. And you know, when I was a kid, way back when I was a welder, we built trailers, we used Dexter's axles, and this was in the 90s. So I do like the fact that, you know, they used things like that. I really just appreciate how simple this camper is. We've had some issues with it, but nothing that I couldn't take care of. And honestly, I've only taken it in one time to be fixed at the dealer, just because I don't want to lose camping weekends. So the simplicity of it, I like that it's a little bit shorter. It makes it easier to get in. And you know, we've gotten into some Chick-fil-A's and some places that I probably couldn't have with the big pusher. Just a couple of dislikes I have with it. As cool as that front windshield is, I wish they would coat it with something at the factory, because that thing is like a magnifying glass and it gets really hot up there. That's always, I didn't realize that when I bought it. I still appreciate having that window. I just wish we would do something with it. And I'm thinking through some things and maybe having a special tent put on it that would reflect the heat or something of that nature. And then the narrow living room was a dislike for me even when we bought it. It's okay, but you have to kind of look up when you watch TV. You know, again, it's like my diamond shoes are too tight. Another dislike I have, and this goes with all rear kitchen campers, this is not a venture thing, would be the 2 gray tanks. I wish somebody would figure out a way to do a rear kitchen. I'm cool with the 2 gray tanks, but one drain. And I know why they do it, but I wish they would figure out something that where I didn't have to carry all the extra hoses and a Y fitting and all the other stuff to go along with it. One of my big gripes about this thing, and this is I've only seen one like this before. This is the one that's been the worst. Is Valerie and I still have to work, and sometimes when I pull my laptop out, I have to run an extension cord almost to get my power plugged in. And so I will say that this camper does not have an overabundance of plugs. I wish you had a few more plugs, but again, I understand why they don't do it. So that's my likes and dislikes.
Gotta get my Sunday morning bearings out of your Folly, Alabama cup.
My $300 cup.
That matches my shirt. Hell yeah, it was $300. Okay, if you didn't see that video. Okay, my likes and dislikes. Well, interior wise, you all know, I really love the brightness of this camper still. Love the layout of the kitchen. It's very functional for 1 or 2 people. I still love it. I highly dislike, I think I've learned, because coming from the diesel pusher and having a residential fridge, I really don't like these 12-volt fridges. I was like, okay, part-time camping, it's fine for the weekend. It's what we need. You know, who needs any more than this, right? Well, true, except for when we went to Foley, Alabama. Mm-hmm. Foley, we know it's Foley. Go ahead and comment. We're making light of the Foley, Alabama video. On that trip, guys, I went ahead and pre-prepped. Sometimes I get in my motivational moods and, you know, I'm ready to eat healthy and not spend money eating out, and we brought salads and all this fresh produce, and lo and behold, this thing got too cold and froze it all. And we ended up throwing out a lot of stuff and eating out anyway. Hence the trip to Lambert's and all the restaurants we ate at that week. But so I'm not a fan, and this is one thing I miss about having a diesel pusher, is a better refrigerator and a better stove. Honestly, it's okay. It does okay, but I really miss my induction cooktop. Coming in here with my daughter sleeping in the dinette at 6 a.m. because we don't sleep in like the teens do till noon. We're getting up at the crack of dawn because we're old and that's what we do. We're morning people. If I want to fix anything, coming in here and turning those knobs and click, 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 and trying to get the dang thing to light. I miss the convection microwave. I miss the things about the diesel pusher, the luxe things that this travel trailer doesn't provide. And I really like the simplicity of this for, you know, weekending, fine. If we're gonna eat out, we're not bringing a bunch, or maybe we're cooking outside. But if you do want to use it as like more of a residential or a full week out when you're not, you know, spending hundreds and thousands of dollars at restaurants, I just don't prefer it. So those are some things I miss. Love the tub sink, love all the cabinetry. The wood doors are great. Everything's held up well. I love the countertops in here. It really gives this travel trailer more of a luxury feel than not. The dinette works fine. Our girls have slept in it, you know, together, sisters. They both fit. One has slept on the modular couch that we bought. You guys maybe have seen that video. I do not regret replacing those recliners. I, in fact, hated them and still hate them, and it's because of this fabric and material they use. It's a little bit catchy and I just don't prefer it. On the dinette it's fine, it's easy to clean, yes, but relaxing, watching TV, I want something a little softer and warmer, and that's what this provides. So I love this thing. In the video when we first bought it, we were concerned about the firmness and it being not that comfortable, but actually it is, isn't it?
It's pretty, it's not bad. It's
I love it.
I was to be honest with you, I was very skeptical of it when
you were, and I like it so much that I want to put one in my office now.
She has said that, so, but I have, it's grown on me, so I do like that.
Well, so in saying that, I really liked the material and the feel and the quality of our couch in the diesel pusher, the Holiday Rambler. And I know in this price point, we're not comparing apples to apples here, okay? That pusher was, at the time, a $225,000 pusher. Now it's what, 325? Comparing it to the travel trailer, which is about 50 grand, maybe more now on a new one, and this one, I mean, again, not apples to apples. So the quality of the things you're getting, we get. I would hope that maybe Venture or, you know, other makes and models of travel trailers could put a, I don't know, a softer residential fabric in our RVs, because, correct me if I'm wrong, I just don't care for those recliners, those silly, cheap, you know, leather recliners. I don't know why they're still putting them in everything. Can you give us a little bit of variety? I'm with Jarrett on the narrowness of this space. However, I really love that this travel trailer is only 31 feet 6 inches. It's just under 32 feet, and this is why, because the bathroom and the shower and the pantry are all behind this. So it makes sense. We're not adding it to length, we're taking from the width. Still dislike the dark color of this wood wallpaper. I wish it was lighter, but I really love Venture's, what do you call it, style and their design. It's very casual, which we are. I don't like shiny RVs. Even in our pusher, I made sure that we didn't buy one with the shiny floors and the shiny ceilings and the shiny everything, shiny cabinetry. I'm not into shiny. I like the casualness and the simplicity of Venture's design, and it's really outdoorsy, which is us too. Like, I mean, even though we're a little bougie, we're casual and outdoorsy too, so there you have it. We're a mix of both. I still love that front window. I love that front seat. We sit in it a lot, actually, have coffee when Olivia's sleeping. I love the views, but I think I would love to have a rear kitchen view right out the back also. And that's why we have our eye on Venture's new fifth wheel, because it has both. Overall, I really love this travel trailer. I think we're just at the point that I wish it had a little more space. And in a little more space, I mean, remember how we did our walkthrough? If y'all saw the walkthrough on the full tour of this, if you didn't, you can check it out in the link below. But if you did, remember how I was like, I really love that we don't need another bedroom necessarily. We just need a versatile place for our daughters to sleep, which this does provide. But now that we've been in it a year and we've taken our kids with us and some of our kids' friends, I just don't think it gives the teens the individual space they needed. So I'm hoping for at least a larger living room where we can do a pull-out couch and they've got a room of their own with better bed options. My second real dislike is the space around the bed. We definitely chose this travel trailer because it has a king bed, and not many travel trailers this size offer that. So I was like, deal, I love it. I don't want a queen bed, and I will not consider any RV that has a queen unless we just absolutely have to, okay? That's how tight my diamond shoes are. But love a king bed, this one has it, but it just doesn't have, I mean, you can get around the bed, but it's tight. If it's just one of us in the room, fine. When it's two of us trying to walk around, it is a little tight. Again, why we're really interested in Venture's fifth wheel.
So, I mean, after being in this camper for a year, I think, like, I do miss the Pusher, but I don't miss the Pusher in the aspect of, like, I want another one. The thing the Pusher really had going for it is it had that huge basement. Like, I left all, like, camping chairs, grills, inflatable kayaks. We would go to the mountains and we would have inflatable kayaks with us just because they would fit in the camper. And so I missed that part of the storage.
Not having to take everything in and out.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, like I said in the last video, is I use my truck during the week, so, you know, I don't leave all the camping stuff in the back of it, so I put it in the garage and, you know, move it back and forth. Another big thing that I miss is the ease of access to, like, the bathroom and the kitchen, driving. And because if the girls had to go to the bathroom or if they were hungry, they could go to the fridge and get something. I could start the generator and the microwave going down the road.
I miss that too.
I mean, really, it's not that big of a deal with the truck stops and the rest stops and everything that's down the interstate. It's not a big deal to pull off and do what you got to do. One of the things that I don't like about this camper, and I'm gonna add on to what I said earlier, is when you pull the slides in and you're going like in travel mode, you cannot access this bathroom without putting this slide out some. And I think one of the things that I like about it, like Valerie's talking about going to the fifth wheel, is that you can access the bathroom without putting the slide out, and that would be nice. As far as problems with the camper, I've had a few things that get fixed on it. I've only taken it to an RV dealer once for warranty work, and that was because we had a water leak from the black tank flush valve was leaking pretty good. And honestly, I probably would have fixed that myself, but it was the end of the season, so I just took it in, had them go through it, do a few things to it. You know, we weren't camping for the rest of the year, so I wasn't really in a hurry to get it done. I do have that intermittent water leak out of the docking station. That's kind of annoying because I can't really figure out what it is. I did have a brake from the factory that was like one of my electric brakes was set way too tight and giving me a heat issue, so I had to back that brake off. Not a big deal. My LED light went out on the front, and we replaced the jack, the tongue jack, and they were gracious enough to give us a new one while we were at the Venture plant. And my jack actually didn't go out, it just sounded like a dying chicken every time I ran it up and down. So we felt like it was on its last leg. So
that new one's great.
The new one is great, it's quiet. And so
Venture for that.
Yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate that a lot. But yeah, I mean, those are really the issues. Like, you know, everybody says, you know, don't buy a new camper, buy one a year old, let the first person deal with all the issues. But we haven't had any issues, really. You know, we haven't.
Knock on that wood, but yes, this has been the first one I think we've had new, because this is our 5th camper we've had since 2012, that we haven't had to take it back for a bunch of stuff. I love that.
Well, the Pusher went back. Well, no, you know, you're saying haven't had to take back for.
Haven't had to.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it's been a good. I'm like overall with the quality of the camper, like I've been impressed.
It's cute and it's comfortable.
I think the big thing for this thing is because it's so simple, there's not a lot that can go wrong with it. I think that, you know, after having like the precision circuits and the way that the Pusher had just the switch to put it in drive and reverse, and I'm like, you know, that stuff was cool. And you know, I've said this and Valerie gets on me, I think Brinkley has the prettiest fifth wheel out there right now, but they also have like the electronic dump valves and the Firefly control panel, and while all that is great when it works, I've been camping long enough to understand that like it doesn't always work.
It sucks when it doesn't work.
And so I'm like, you know, I've got to pull cables, and yes, if it's raining outside and I got to go drop the shower water, is it inconvenient? Yeah, but you're camping. So it's like, it's not a big deal. So Venture, hats off, guys. You guys have done a great job. I would highly recommend anybody looking to buy one.
So much so that we're thinking about our second venture.
Yeah, I mean, that's we're going to stay in a venture family. Oh, and another thing that I'm looking forward to, if we do go to the fifth wheel, is the auto leveler.
Yes.
One that auto levels. But we were in our friend Brad and Dana Denton's camper this weekend, and they have a very nice American coach, but it had the auto levers down, and we forgot about the lack of bounce.
Oh yeah, it felt so good.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, oh, we missed this.
And so I think if we go with the auto leveler with whatever camper the next one, I don't care what it is. You could give it to me, and if it doesn't have auto levelers, I'm not interested. But that's a big thing that I want on the next camper, to get rid of that bounce. And I think most of the fifth wheel at this point do have the levelers that take that bounce out. So I am kind of looking forward to that. You know, we might stay in this camper, and if we stay in this camper, I'm okay with this camper. So I mean, for me and Valerie, this thing is perfect.
We could go on and on about the pros and cons between having something simple and less expensive versus something that's complex and very expensive.
Right.
We can go on and on. There's pros and cons to both, and I think we've loved our experiences in both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So nothing to complain about, really. It's just two very different experiences.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like being in a diesel pusher and taking off and heading out west, and that big old windshield and just that glide of a ride and just go.
Or those air ride seats and those Super Z's I really wanted. And I still want. But we don't want that price tag, guys. Life's too short for that kind of price tag for some people, okay? Some people, you know, that price tag doesn't scare you at all. But honestly, you know, in today's economy, you just don't know. And for us currently, I can only speak for us, nobody else. It's not the right option for us currently.
Well, I don't want to be married. You know, it's kind of like if you have a big expensive camper and you finance it, which we would have to on something that expensive, you know, then you have a big payment, and then it goes until I'm paying all this money for this thing, so I got to use it. And then it becomes pressure to use it. And
you don't want to be camper poor.
I don't want to be camper poor. I don't want to have to work my ass off and not be able to camp because I've got a big nasty, you know, second house payment for a camper. Or, you know, you can do something much cheaper. And even if you finance something like this, you're not having that big burden of payments for it. So,
you know, and I can't say things like I don't miss when the dashboard screen went out.
oh,
And I don't miss when you had to deal with the Aquahot. And you know, this is so simple. We haven't had to deal with any of that.
yeah, I've had a small water leak, and that's probably been the biggest pain thing. But I've not had anything on this camper that's kept us from camping. And I cannot say that about the motorhomes. We've had things that have broken on it that have kept us from camping.
Yeah, that was the thumbnail. Trip canceled.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks.
That wasn't the only trip canceled from a breakdown. So one thing I will say about this camper, and it's a big like for me, is this thing has the best pantry out of any camper we've ever had.
It does have a good pantry. You want to show it?
Yeah,
If they haven't seen it. It's kind of a mess, guys, but there it is.
I mean, that's the best pantry.
Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3.
That's the best pantry we've had out of anything. Got me a new fancy camping sticker this weekend. Thank you, Mr. Denton. And
Remember how I said, guys, that this panel down here, I was going to stick a hook and hang the ladder? I didn't have to do that. It slides right in that little space right there. It's perfect for it.
but as far as, I mean, it's the little things on this camper that have impressed me. But like that it has the best. You know, we had a $250,000 pusher with a small pantry, and we have a $40,000 travel trailer with a bigger pantry. So it's the little things like that that stick out to me. Like, it's what I like about this camper.
Just a side note here, we trade RVs so much that we didn't even remove the plastic from the dinette light yet. Because I just feel like that's a little too permanent. We never use the F word, do we, Jarrett?
No.
What F word is that?
Forever. She doesn't even use the F word on me.
No forever home and no forever camper, right?
No forever husband.
No, you're forever. I'll keep you.
We'll see.
So I know it's not out right now, but one thing I really love about this travel trailer is the awning, because it comes out perfectly over the little patio, you know, like old school camping. You can kind of pull it down a little bit, or where we had the pusher, it was always over, you know, it was so high and over big slides that it just didn't kind of feel like you got to enjoy it much. And that's what I appreciate about this one. It gives you that little patio feel. Love this awning.
Another cool thing about this particular camper is the bedroom slide slides out on the camp side of the camper, which gives us just a little bit of privacy. There's not much privacy camping, guys, but sometimes if I'm sitting in there, I can kind of sit back here and it does block like my trash can and a few things that I have out. So it's just kind of nice to have a little bit of a privacy and hide some of my junk. That's it for this video, guys. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. If you have one of these, you're interested in one of these, let us know. Give us some comments and some feedback. If you have questions about it, let us know. Our next video is probably going to be us looking at some fifth wheels. So just stay tuned for that. See you guys.